Good morning, friends, research scholar, and my dear students, market research professional. Today I'm going to start another application of MDS in biological research. So we can use the MDS in market research and any kind of business research also. So our objective is here in quick tutorial to tell you what is MDS and what are the few statistics we need to know about the MDS, right? How do we collect the MDS input data, and secondly we use a particular MDS procedures. And for this session I will be discussing about the biological research positioning of mammals used of based on teeth, and I will be using the JMP software. Okay, so let me see what is MDS. Multidimensional scaling is basically a procedure for representing the perception and preference, right, of respondent partially by means of visual display. So here in our case we are collecting the mammals teeth data, so we try to visualize how the mammals are connected to each other basically based on the teeth certain properties. So we call this as spatial maps. So what we need to know, that we need to have something like similarity judgment, like the judgments are based on a rating basically or stimuli, and here the different features of teeth basically, and in terms of Likert scale. And there could be the preference ranking, but for our case we will be going by the similarity judgment. And here we consider the stress factor. Stress is basically a lack of fitness measure, it should be less than 10. R square is basically another correlation index that indicates the proportion of variance of optimally scale data, right? It should be more than 0.6, right? Very quickly we will be developing the spatial maps where we will plot that how these mammals are close to each other in terms of their teeth properties. And the data here, normally in our case we consider the attribute based, because we will provide teeth but different attributes we will be collecting. Okay, so let us start today's presentation in JMP. So my JMP is already loaded over there, so I put the JMP. If you are a research scholar or attached with academics, the JMP is giving the full version free, so you can talk to them. So my JMP edition is running. So here this is a quick guide is opening, so let us close the quick guide. So here how to get started with. So if you are new to this, then you can go to the help and you can go to the JMP online help, right? And the JMP online help, you can get the lot many data reference, right? If I click it here, right, it will take you the JMP. So let me say for our case it's a JMP multidimensional scaling. So I go to the JMP site, so it's opening. So let's come back to this and we'll see. Now here there I will be coming with the JMP teeth data. Okay, let me check once again whether it's coming up or not. Yes, this is a JMP help and you can see it here. Multivariate analysis, you can get it here, like multivariate method. In the multivariate method you can get multi-dimension scaling. So a lot of resources are there. For our case is basically we consider JMP example, additional example. This data set I have taken from the JMP website. Like how to get this data. So I'm going back to my JMP window, running window. So this is the running window. From here I go to the help, go to the sample data folder. If I open the sample data folder, okay, you can see that my data set is mentioned over there, JMP teeth, because the case example I have taken it from here. You can see the teeth.jmp, right? So when I come to this data folder, let me show you my data folder here. So teeth is somewhere here. If I coming with this teeth, here is a lot of data sets are there. Here is a teeth data set. So if I click it, then this data set will open up, right? So this is the data set. Today I am going to analyze the multidimensional scaling. What you see that there are 32 mammals are there. In this, mammals are having the following characteristics, their tooth characteristics, and these are measured in a interval scales, right? So for that, the very first procedures, when I go with this, we put them as a level. So when I go here, put on the right click, and then I put them as a level. I put it as a level, so level is set. Now I have this 32 row, so go to the row and select the row column. Okay, select all row. Okay, now if I go to the row, and then I can put them again level and unlevel, so I put it as a level data. So my data is set up. So what I see it here, the 32 mammals and their teeth, and there are certain characteristics. These are the attributes. Okay, and this data is not basically given by the data, the market researcher go and collected this data, right? So now when I go to the analyze, okay, then I go to that the multivariate method. So this is called the multidimensional scaling. So it's a multidimensional scaling. So I take only the factors, right? That the factor means we call the attributes, and they are different level. I put it as a column. Okay, now the data format is basically, this is a attribute list, right? We go by the attribute. Okay, and transformation scale in terms of the interval scale, I put it the interval scale. So what I did basically, I take 32 mammals data and I convert it into the levels, and I know these are putting into the column. And once this setup is done, let me run the, and here important thing is basically set of dimensions. You can put 2 or 3 dimension, but here I put it 2 dimension for the sake of simplicity and explanation. So let us put on OK, then JMP result file will open up. So this is the JMP output. So what you see, dimension 1 and dimension 2, so you have number of attributes over there. So up to researcher which dimension they put. But what is very important here is that the house mouse, rabbit and pika, these are same in terms of their tooth characteristics, right? And you can see the raccoon is different. So biological researcher, they can interpret how these are meaningful in terms of their finding. So my point of view is here, when I see the diagnostic, so I go by Shepherd. So it is called that, predicted by transform priority. It looks good. Very important thing is the stress value. Stress value is, you see here, 0.09. So as I mentioned, it should be less than 10%. So it is a 0.9 means 9%, and your R square value is 9.6. So it's a good model to explain the relationship of these 32 mammals in terms of their tooth properties. So if I go to this red column, so I can go the show coordinate. That coordinate are used to put this 32 mammals in 2-dimensional plot. So you can see the coordinates comes. So object 1, mammals 1 to mammals 32, right? And their coordinates dimension 1 to dimension 2, and you can also see how they are close to each other. So I go here, I go to the proximity, right? So if I show the proximity, then we'll see how 1 is close to 2 3 up to 32. So let me show you the proximity. It's a long table. You see 1 is compared with the object 2, like mammal 1 compared with the mammal 2, mammal 3, right? So this up to mammal 30. So this kind of research not only you can do in the biological research, in the market research you can use, and JMP is a very nice tool for the visualization. You can get all this very nice visuals display as well as statistics. So now with this I feel we give a very quick tutorial on this. So thank you for your time. I hope to give you certain overview over this. But JMP, the purpose of showing JMP is basically, last I have used SPSS, that is called that, comparing one brand to another, but here I am comparing based on attributes. Thank you for your time. Hope to meet you in the next videos.